Greetings friends. One of my sources is a benevolent alien. His name is Mithisicphephics. These messages are derived from face-to-face meetings, not from channeling of any kind.
Note, from Michael. The following message will likely be very confronting to anyone still holding on to any conditioning imposed by a religious belief system, which were intended to prevent us from discovering our true selves as well as our origins.
Message number 5. Mithisicphephics explains the purpose of life in this universe. Limiting ourselves to our current universe, I can shed some light on our purpose. One day, you too will be part of the active creation, creating new colonies from primitive beings, giving your DNA, so they will have the possibility of development, giving all the initial guidelines and watch them grow, as seeds of your race. You will be considered gods by them. Breeds from level 6 upwards create colonies to collaborate on the development of our universe, of which we will leave only after completing all the required cycles, including cycles as creators of worlds. You will also be incubators of other planets in your and other distant galaxies, and the human race of Earthlings will spread increasingly across the universe with so many other races, sown by other cultures. The perception of divine depends on the point of reference of the observer conscientization. An inferior race that receives the blessings of knowledge, guidance and crossbreeds with beings coming from the stars, will revere these teachers as gods, and will try to live according to the guidance received. Societies to level 3 cannot currently be allowed to develop new hybrid humanoid races, without the direct supervision of their own early mentors, so that the control of genes is relevant to the original, correcting possible adaptations generated by several generations in controlled environments. All DNA in all hybridizations came to be filed in the corresponding galactic communities for any future reference. Previously, any race promoted colonies, with crosses with native societies, created slaves, laborers and servants. There was no control, many mistakes were made and many bad races were generated. Before the creation of regulatory, galactic communities, many breeds were created randomly and worked not very well. They had become unstable, even creating unexpected changes themselves. These procedures created societies with genetic abnormalities, sometimes with advanced features but with deviations of personality and behavior generated by the side effects of their own creation. So now, any other humanoid hybrid that is created, to a new colonization native should be analyzed and certified by the most advanced societies normally involved in the initial creation of the DNA to be transferred. It may seem a little complicated, but it is a system that has functioned very harmoniously. Again, in the case of Earth, for being a reformatory, many of these breeds with problems were brought here as a last resort to attempt in an isolated development. This natural filtering process meant that societies pass here for more problems than most other societies on other planets' colony. Therefore, all who pass level here deserve serious consideration as a new breed, for they are the survivors forged by its own merits. As this question will be asked with certainty, I will answer now. The reptoids are not humanoid, and all attempts to hybrid between them and humanoids have not worked. They keep trying, because their great desire is to create societies that can be considered humanoids, in order to pass and participate in humanoid colonizations throughout the universe. It's unlikely But hopefully it will happen one day, because the desire to be a humanoid is a laudable desire anyway. The descendants of the reptilian and insects are totally different physically from humanoids, but not only in the physical. Their spirits also develop through the fourth dimension to its incarnation in planets in the third dimension, but the development is different. They do not have the same kind of feelings, their priorities are different. In the case of the descendants of insects, they take almost 10 times longer to reach the levels of frequency than humanoids. The reptilians, not counting on primordial instincts of affection and family, and also take up to 7 times more than the humanoids to pass levels. For this reason they want the ability to incorporate feelings of humanoids to their brains cold-blooded, to increase speed of development. When societies of these races, reaching the level 10 of the third dimension, will move to the fourth, along with the humanoids, and there will be no more differences. The problem is getting there. The humanoids are far from perfect, we make a lot of mistakes, just to learn something. We are too proud to admit our mistakes, and we are very heterogeneous in terms of culture. But we have feelings, too developed, which generates a more effective interaction between our colonies, by the whole universe. This is a characteristic of mammals in general, not only of the humanoids. The difference is that we have activated our brains and can think, philosophize and develop technologies, when the rest of the animals not. But the primal instincts are present in all warm-blooded mammals. A dog may adopt a kitten as her offspring, an alligator never adopt a turtle. But it's always a good snack,